Hey everybody, it's Cheryl Moore coming to you again. It's Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend, and I am happy to be a part of your intuitive oil community. Today I'm going to talk to you about this little bottle of goodness called Forgive. Now, this might be a conversation on the long weekend of Thanksgiving that you might not be expecting to hear. But today I'm coming to you actually in my life role as a social worker and a holistic health practitioner and an intuitive development teacher and coach to honor the seasons from all perspectives. And that includes honoring some of the challenges of fall that have been mentioned occasionally in people's comments and in a couple of the videos that we've had as far as moving into winter, moving into quiet, watching the leaves fall off the trees, and maybe feeling a bit sad about maybe what feels like the gloom that's coming. And so maybe energetically we're picking up on, what's really happening with Mother Earth in the fall. And that can be hard. It can be hard because it is a season of falling away. And it is my favorite season. I'm very much aware energetically, especially this weekend, of gratitude. And I do find myself always at this time of year stopping to take stock of the many things that I can be grateful for in my life. And often I celebrate that through various kinds of rituals. So it is certainly not that I'm not grateful, but we can also be grateful that the earth works in harmony with us, with the things that it provides, even when there are things that are difficult. And so in this season of change, which is about also falling away as the leaves fall off the trees, but also all the rains come and there's a cleansing, a purging, a releasing, a letting go. The earth is doing it. All the plants are doing it. The trees are doing it. And so you might be a person I'm talking to, or you might know someone in your life who is going through something this season that is about change, loss, transition, adjustment, letting go. It's always amazing to me how many of these kinds of issues come up for us in the fall. And as a palliative care worker, I even watch it in a very bigger picture play when it comes to death and dying. And I think about energetically all of us when we're thinking about things in our life that no longer serve us as we move towards a winter, which we know might be a little tough, a little quiet, a little dark. It is the shadow side. I think sometimes we think to ourselves, I can't bear this thing another winter. I can't bear this thing any longer. I can't bear pain, suffering, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So we step into choice, we step into action to sometimes make decisions that are scary, difficult, overwhelming, and sad. And so here I am talking to you about fall and gratitude and harvest and the falling drops of gratitude. But the truth is, life is always changing. As human beings, we have real difficulty with that. We don't like it at all. We always have that thing, better the devil we know than the devil we don't. We like what's familiar. And even when it's not working, sometimes we just like the comfort of that familiar thing. Certainly in my life right now, some of these things are happening. As I look around at the people that I love, there are changes and transitions. And certainly as I look historically at people I've lost who've passed over, who's crossed over, lots of times those anniversary dates are marked in the fall, which is interesting. So those things come up for us too, and that's also hard because as much as we're being grateful, we're remembering. So as this weekend comes for me for Thanksgiving, it was always my mom's birthday, and so it was a double celebration. And I lost her in the fall 3 years ago, and so I know she needed to leave because she couldn't face another winter, and it was her time. But it's kind of a bit of a bummer, kind of a holiday for me at Thanksgiving, even though it's truly my favorite, and lots lots because of the way she celebrated and honored Thanksgiving for us as a family, but we always celebrated her birthday too. So I remember her with gratitude, but I feel that loss. And so there's a weird kind of a balance. And the reason there's balance for me is because I do live in harmony with the seasons, and I do trust the energy of the great Mother Earth, to take care of us. And so in fact, if we're making those changes now in our life, transitions, letting go, forgiving, forgetting, moving on from something that's been painful, we are doing the right thing in the right time, because the energy of fall is supporting us in that through its own releasing and letting go and washing away. So I would invite you to appreciate and be grateful for the fact that change is a constant. Sometimes it's awesome what comes to us for change. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's awesome, and that's okay. If we can still be thankful to the Mother for the way that she supports us energetically, it's actually a beautiful time of year, irregardless. Whether you feel good, bad, or indifferent about that, it's a truth. If we live in harmony with the seasons, there's much to be grateful for, because the seasons help us through our pain in their own unique way too. And I think also we're moving towards the end of the year. And so again, it's another time of letting go, when people just from a calendar perspective look at what doesn't serve me anymore. So just know it's natural if that's where you're at. Know it's natural if you remember someone in your life today as you listen to this and you think that's where they're at. So how can you help yourself with your oils? Remember I said we'd talk about 3 days of trees. Trees all around are amazing energetically from that essential oil perspective. Any tree oil you would choose provides grounding, helps us through these times because it connects us. It helps us to have roots. The smell of trees helps us to feel like we're walking through a forest, like we're connected to nature. We can even imagine, if we want to, we can even visualize those roots growing out of our feet and connecting us to the earth. So they're really helpful when we feel overwhelmed and burdened by life in general. But this particular oil, this Forgive, is a blend. I don't know if it's going to be right or wrong and how you're going to read it. Maybe you have to look at it this way. Forgive. It is a combination of trees, grasses, and flowers. It's amazing. It's what's going in the diffuser here today. I love it. It's an interesting combination of herbs and trees. So there's a woody, herbaceous smell, but there's also a freshness, a clean smell, kind of pine-ish, kind of resinish. The oils that are in here are spruce, myrrh, arbor vitae, and nuka tree, which we don't generally talk about too much in the essential oil world. Those are your trees, so they're going to help you with the need to be grounded and help you with your overwhelm and your burden. Then we have bergamot, juniper berry, which are flowers that help to calm our nervous system when we're stressed. And then thyme and citronella. And herbs particularly help us with anger and resentment. So we've got grounding, we've got help to move through letting go and releasing anger and resentment. And really, for me, often that's tied up in our response and our reaction to loss, change, transition, and grief. Anger is a natural part of that journey. This oil has helped me so much with those difficult times. It does something, this little bottle of beautiful fall support. And particularly, I want to mention that there have been some suggestions, even around PTSD, that this would help to release long-held cellular memory, long-held DNA-embedded trauma. There is some suggestion that it could help. So whether it's long-held stuff that needs to fall away, or whether there's something short-term, new, fresh in your life that's also in upheaval and creating a falling away opportunity, I invite you to try Forgive. And as a person who knows that we are body, mind, heart, and soul connected, and who's talked a lot about the chakras in the past, as a counselor who helps people in their life every day, one way you can use your oils aromatherapy-wise, super easy, carry this around with you, is just to put it on your heart, 1 or 2 drops, twice a day, right over the heart center, right here. Could even take it with your finger and create a heart. And if you just allow that to come into your chest, to allow your lungs to expand so you can breathe a little more. And in fact, if you do this every day for 21 days while you're going through this difficult time, while you're going through the fall, you can energetically create quite a shift, quite a clearing. You can provide yourself with an incredible amount of support. So it may seem weird to be grateful for sadness, and it may seem weird to be grateful for a transition, loss, or change, but I know that when we work and flow with the earth, and when we allow things naturally to happen in their right time, fall is the time for that. And the Mother is always supporting us in our journey. So know that if that's your thought for today, I'm with you. This is your second day of trees. Find your moment of gratitude and check into a bottle of forgive. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.